Hello my lovely friends, it's Margaret and this is a reading vlog. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Margaret, this should be a writing vlog because we're not done March yet. I had just decided not to do a writing vlog this week because I didn't do all that much writing this week for the final week of March. Although I worked on my outline some, but I didn't feel like it. Also, I was running out of room on my phone. We're much better. We're in much better states now, but we were struggling there for a minute. I decided way at the beginning of March or in the middle of March or wherever Zoe announced it, I decided that I was going to participate in the 24-hour readathon by Zoe. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can't improve this lighting situation a little bit. Maybe that's a little bit better. It's not the greatest, but that's whatever. We're trying a different setup for starting vlogs today, just to see how it does, see how we feel about it. Anyways, so that all said, I decided, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, I was talking about the fact that I decided at the beginning of March, somewhere around that area, that because I'm going to go so hard for Camp NaNoWriMo in April, I just decided I was going to take the entirety of Saturday off and do the Readathon by Zoe on March 30th. So that's what this vlog is all about. We're here right now at the beginning. I'm getting a little bit of a later start than I would have liked. I would have liked to have started at midnight and actually gotten a nap. But we were editing a video to make room on the actual camera, and so that didn't happen. Okay, whatever. So it's like almost 2 o'clock. It's almost 2 o'clock because then I had to do a little bit more. Like I did some filming today, and I edited the video and all of that. We have caffeine, we have books. So I'm going to sit down and tell you what my reading plans over these next 24 hours are. They're slightly adjusted because I didn't finish this bad boy. I was planning on finishing this. I was planning on having a little bit of time to read, honestly. We're gonna be honest. So I need to finish the last 75 pages of this, and that is probably what I'm going to read, and then I'm going to go to sleep. But I want to finish this guy, and then I want to finish the sequel, which is A Clockwork Princess, also by Cassandra Clare, and I want to get all of that. I really wish my focus was better. We're gonna see if we can't make this better for tomorrow because this is just annoying me. Hi. Oh, there. Hey, we're in focus now. Maybe. Plans are, we're gonna finish this bad boy and then we're gonna jump right straight into this the next morning. Probably. I doubt I'm gonna like literally jump right straight into this, although this does have kind of a like romantic cliffhanger. So who knows? And then also 2 other books that are on this weekend's TBR, especially today, is my audiobook is The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. I am really liking this and liking the world. I'm about halfway through. We're at page 158. So we're around when Vasya is 14. And so this is about Vasya, and basically like her mother dies when she is a child, and her father brings in a new wife because she is a girl and obviously needs a woman to help raise her. Instead of, you know, just letting her be a kid, she has to conform to the norms of Russian society at this time, and it is a Russian kind of polar fantasy. He brings in this woman, and this woman, like Vasya, can see the kind of like mythological creatures. So she can see like the domovoi he lives in the hearth, which is really cool. She can see these creatures that are around the Russian homes, and she thinks they're demons, and so she gets really religious and super like just kind of basically starts kind of starving these mythological creatures, and it starts not going well for the people of this town. And so it just started like going badly for everyone. I like the world building. I really like the characters. The plot is really, really slow. So this is not one that you pick up when you want a fast-paced read. It's taking for like we just sit and marinate with the characters. So it's taken a hot minute to get things done in this book. And then I also want to get a good chunk. Hopefully, if I finish Clockwork Princess, I'm going to try and get a good chunk of A Memory Called Empire by Arkady Martine. I have absolutely no idea what this is about. Even, I'm this far into it, and I'm not entirely, like, all I know is that it is about Desmare? Yes. And she is part of an interplanetary system, which, like, her people are kind of, like, they're connected. Like, they're trying not to get taken over by this empire called the Texikalani Empire. All I know right now is that she is the new ambassador. She was called up suddenly without warning to kind of take on this other person's role, and she gets to the home world of this empire and finds out that her predecessor is dead and someone probably murdered him. And so it's interesting. I'm starting to get into it, but I wasn't quite jiving with the writing style at the very, very beginning. I felt like it was trying a little too hard, especially in this prelude thing. I felt like it was trying a little too hard to be like the 5th season, and it's not. But now that we've gotten into what's going on, it's okay. Now, the naming for people on this planet is just bizarre, and I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I'm considering putting it down just because of that. Like, because on this planet, in this empire, these people, like, they have, their name is a number and then like something useful. So like you have, let's see, hold on. We have someone called 3 Seagrass, and we have someone, who was it? We have 12 Azalea. Like, it's just weird. Can we not just have regular, normal names? Like, I know that sci-fi names are weird, but like this isn't sci-fi. This is just kind of like, So we'll see though, because I am still early in this novel, and I feel like I could end up liking it, but we'll see. She is very interesting. Like, I'm liking what she's saying about empire and colonialism in this novel. Now, it is a white author, so we'll see how nuanced she gets. Last time I did a 24-hour readathon, I read for 8 hours, and I would like to see if I can't get in maybe 10 or 12 this time around. We're gonna see, because I'm not gonna read the entire time. I'm gonna actually have some sleeping time, and I do need to get a video up, and I do need to edit another video. So if I can get to where I am close to 12, I will be happy. If not, oh well. Life happens. I just finished Clockwork Prince. I loved it just as much as the first time. I gave it 5 stars. I gave it 5 stars. Oh. Like, Clockwork Princess is going to be so hard. Because everything that I want from my main OTP, I'm going to get with my other OTP. And then, like, it's so, like, I love them so much, but it's so obvious where this is going. Jim deserves better. Let me tell you though, Happy Will Herondale is just, he is a force to be reckoned with. And I'm so sad that we only get to see like a very small part of him, that absolutely giddy and joyful. I love it so much to see someone who previously had like just had such darkness sitting on them, and then to see them just absolutely blossom into it was so wholesome and wonderful. And when he found out about the demon pox, how can you hate this child? How can you not like this boy? He just is so wonderful and pure, and I love him so much. I do. Oh, anyways, I probably need to get a hold of Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy, because I'm pretty sure there's a story in there that I need to read, as well as a story in the Bane Chronicles that I need to read. Oh my gosh, guys, this series, sometimes I want to be done with it because she has so many books in this series, but at the same time, I love it so much. There's a quote in here, where is it? We live and breathe words, guys. I just love it. Okay, so here's what's happening. Margaret's going to bed. Yes, she is. She's going to sleep. She's going to sleep, and then she's going to get up and she's going to read some more. But she's not going to read more right now. Probably not. I did have caffeine, so I might actually still be awake later. I don't know. So pretty. So pretty. If you guessed that it is morning, you would be right, because look at all of this lovely natural lighting that we have. It's fantastic. I've been up, we've been jogging, we've been doing things. I'll probably do more stuff around the house when I'm planning on doing more stuff around the house, but right now I want to go get breakfast, and I don't want to come back until maybe later in the afternoon. I finished Clockwork Prince last night. Hopefully it will be up by this point, so I'll link up here the Shadowhunters diary for February/March, because I'm bad at doing reading diaries. But I still, like, 5 stars. I still love it as much as I loved it before. So that's where we stand on this. I love Will and Tessa and Jim, and they are such wonderful characters. And even though I love both boys equally, it is still quite clear, like, what Cassandra Clare was planning on doing with this. Like, if you're having to work that hard to convince yourself, honey, you have a problem. And we also got a touch further in The Bear and the Nightingale. I think I'm like another hour into the audiobook. Things are starting to really pick up. So it's very interesting to me. Like, it's, again, not the fastest plot. Not a lot of stuff happens, but it's still interesting things that are happening. We're at this point where Vasya is starting to figure out why things are happening, and she's trying to figure out how does she fix this when this priest is still there and still kind of like causing havoc. And I really like the way that they handle the mythological beings in this, because rather than casting them as like demons or something, she talks about them, Vasya at least talks about them like they are actually part of like the world. Like they're not just, they're no different from like say a horse, or people just can't see them. Like she refers to them as still being God's creatures, and I really like that because it is a really interesting like commentary on organized religion and how organized religion can use fear to just actually in the end drive people away from God versus bringing them closer to God. And so I know this happens. I know that the church has for many years like thrived on fear, especially around this time period. Anyways, I need to go get breakfast though. I'm starving. While I'm getting breakfast, I am going to be moving on to Clockwork Princess. I'm hoping I can get through this whole, oh boy. Oh, Margaret, you might have. It is 570 pages, so we'll see if I can actually get through all of this today. I'm going to try. I am going to try my hardest, especially since, I don't know how many hours it took me to read Clockwork Prince altogether. I'll have to look that up, but oh, just look at that. This is, like, the funny thing is that if you know the story, this looks like the scene from the first book, but so Cassandra Clare was talking about the fact that in like, if you're looking at narrative, Tessa should have been on the cover of the first book because that is Tessa's book. But it is very hard to convince publishers to put boys on the covers of books that have the words queen or princess in them, hence the reason that we had the character that we have on the Queen of Air and Darkness, even though she isn't necessarily the main villain of the series. But she said when they made these, they knew that Tessa was going to have to be on this cover, even though this wasn't necessarily Tessa's book. So I love these covers so much. Also, you can't really see it, but I just wanted to show you guys my shirt because I have the most appropriate shirt for a 24-hour readathon weekend ever. So, ta-da. Hold on. Can you see it? It says, my weekend is all booked. And it's got Belle on it reading a book because I'm that nerd. Look, we're in a car. All right, so I've had breakfast at this point. I sat down I was planning on reading for about an hour. That didn't happen. I read it for about half an hour. We're at like page 30, not that far into Clockwork Princess. I just love this book so much. It's so, the dynamic between all three of them. Like, there's not one bad dynamic. Like, they are not, like if you take one person out of the equation, it's just as entertaining as when you have all three, which is absolutely delightful. When you have all three is absolutely fantastic, and I love it. But anyways, so I've gotten breakfast. I'm going to head home, because I'm not too far from the house. I'm going to head home again and grab my charger, because I forgot to do that. And I would like to stay out later than my phone is going to let me stay out, probably without the charger. It's saying it should take me 8 hours to finish this. So I'm hoping that we can get this done today and get at least a good chunk of a memory called Empire. Let's see, what time is it? It is like 11 o'clock. It's going to take me a little bit. I'm not going to my usual library right now, because... well, actually, I need to check and see if they've got my book in. If they've got my book in, I might see if my usual library has a good place to read. But right now, like, people are studying and stuff, so there usually isn't a good place to read at my usual library. So I'm going to go on this a little bit further north, especially since I need to go to Walmart. I'm at 3.5 hours. I'm not sure how many pages. Like, it was 118 last I checked. Well, hold on. 118 plus 34 is 40 out of 1. So 152 pages. You get like, what math was that, Margaret? Shut up, it works. So we're at 152 pages and 3.5 hours of reading today. So that means I only need 3.5 from 12. 8.5? I only need 8.5 hours. So basically, once I finish this, we'll be done. Okay, so we are here at the library. I'm about to go in and get my reading on, but I got a little bit further in The Bear and the Nightingale, and I can see why people would have an issue with this, because I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about the fact that most of this book is just getting the heroine to the point where the action can happen. Like, we're what? I'm over halfway into this, and like, the real issue has not come. It's been mostly about her family and about her learning the things that she needs to learn, and it's a really wonderful, like, epic fantasy feel, if you like that kind of story where you're going where you like, you know, fleshing out the main character's backstory and you like knowing how they got there. But if you want a plot and you want things to be happening and like there to be action, yeah, I understand why people might not like this all that much. Like, I'm enjoying the characters and the character interactions, and I'm enjoying, like, watching Vasya learn about her. Like, we've just gotten to the point where she is learning that she has an ability, and I'm enjoying that. But if I were not reading a book at the moment that, like, the plot, like, I can see how this would drag. There would be times with this where it would drag for me, depending on my reading mood. So I totally understand. It is definitely very, 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 very character-driven and very ruminative, I guess you would say. Like, it's got a lot to say, but it's not got a lot happening. So I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna go read some stuff. I'm gonna try and sit here for a couple of hours, because I want to get at least, like, I don't know, I want to get to a couple hundred pages in Clockwork Princess before I move on to the next place. Because I do need to check and see if I need to go to my other library. Because I might, if they have some of my books that I want, I might go there. If they don't, I'm not going to worry about it. But I do have to pick them up by Monday. And Monday's going to be, like, pressed for time. Actually, I think I don't have to pick them up till Tuesday. So that honestly, like, would it be a big issue? I don't know. This in the library parking lot, but then there was someone in the car next to mine, and it's just, I didn't feel like dealing with that. No. Anyways, also they were making the entire place smell like weed, and like, no thanks. So I'm grabbing lunch, and then I need to run errands because I did not have my wallet on me yesterday, so I wasn't able to get it, and I figured I'm up here, I'm up near Aldi, I might as well just do all of that now. It's not like I don't have an audiobook to get some reading in, but I have gotten almost 200 pages into this. Gosh, this is like just so tragic. So tragic. And like, I would totally have made completely different decisions than Tessa is making right now. Because I just would have. I would have. Not in all of them, but especially in the whole, like, they're being very immature in how they think about love and how they think about how other people, yeah, anyways. So, I mean, like, they're being very selfless, but, like, she and Will are being very immature in this whole situation. And, like, there's no situation in which this went, anyways, not a lot has happened. It's really interesting because the main problem right now is not even the main bad guy that we've had. He has just now been reintroduced into this novel, maybe 50 pages ago.
it's still it's such a good book, and it makes me so happy. And there are such wonderful romantic moments in this series with both boys, and I'm just, I mean, on the one hand, I get why it's hard, and I think definitely now it is much harder for her to choose, but at the same time, honesty, people, it saves you so many problems.
Am I in focus? I can't even tell right now. I've been reading for so long. Anyways, so as you can tell, we're back in the house. We left the library. I got lunch. We're at 7 hours and 14 minutes of reading time so far, and 391 pages read. I just haven't gotten all that much further in Clockwork Princess. I did read a little bit while I was eating lunch. I don't really want to get too far into that because there are spoilers. So if you want the spoilery thoughts that I have on this, I'll link my Shadowhunters diary up top, because hopefully this will have gone up by the point that you're seeing this. We'll see. But I did get a little bit further in The Bear and the Nightingale, and we finally, I've got that much left. And we finally gotten to the point where things are happening in this last hour or so of listening that I did. I don't know if I'm going to finish this tonight, just because I do want something to, listen to on the drive home from church tomorrow. And I don't want to start any new audiobooks tomorrow, because I wouldn't be able to count them for the owls. So, not happening. But I am really enjoying it. Again, it's so frustrating. And it's such an interesting exploration on how blind faith can lead to people making the wrong decisions. Because, there is no doubt that this priest that they're dealing with is trying to please God, but in trying to please God, he's ending up serving another master. It's a very interesting commentary on organized religion, and how you have to be careful with that, and how faith is supposed to be personal, and how it's supposed to be something that you seek out yourself, and something that you inspect yourself, and you don't just listen to what someone in authority tells you. That's a good place to go, but at the same time you have to examine it yourself. You can't just take everything that a pastor or a priest or a preacher says at their, you can't take it as truth just because they're saying it. You have to find it backed up. And this is very much a society where they get preached at, and they don't necessarily do all that much searching into the religion. Anyways, so I'm enjoying it. I like it. I really, it's almost done. Almost done. It's making me want to write. It's really bad because I'm trying to read today, but it's making me want to write stuff. So it is the next day, because at midnight I was not about to sit down and film a final update because I was tired. I needed sleep. I did manage to make it to 12 hours and 3 minutes to be exact. And I ended up reading 717 pages. I managed to finish 2 books. The first one was Clockwork Prince. Now, keep in mind, I only had 75 pages to finish on this one, and I love it. This series, oh, it hurts so bad, but I love it so much. I can't wait for the last hours, whatever the heck they're called. I just can't wait. I'm so happy. Anyways, and then I also finished Clockwork Princess yesterday. I read the entirety of this thick thing yesterday. I think I had 5. It was funny. It hit midnight and I had 5 pages left. I was like, all right, I'm gonna read it. And I skipped her notes on Tessa's England because I don't care if it's geographically accurate. I really don't care. Just give me a good freaking story. So, guys, this is still one of the most perfect books with the most perfect ending I have ever read. I just, you finish it, and as much as I'm happy we're getting more, so happy we're getting more, especially getting more of my ship's married years. I never get that, okay? I don't get my ship when they're married and have kids and they're having arguments because one of their children has bitten a vampire again. I really hope we have arguments like that because it'll be absolutely freaking hilarious. I'm sorry. Will Herondale as a dad is going to be hilarious because he's going to be mad about stuff and he's going to have to sit there and go, oh my gosh. The poor people that had to deal with me as a teenager. Teenage Herondales are just something else, okay? They are so melodramatic and ridiculous, and I love them. I love them so much. Oh, yes. Anyways, my heart heart has been given to the Herondales. All of them. Every last one of them. If you are a Herondale or you are involved with the Herondale, I love you so much. Yeah. Just, I mean, it's going to be abso-freaking-lutely hilarious. So, anyways, I really need Will having to force one of his children to drink holy water because they have bitten a vampire. Can you imagine? Like, his kids are going to hit teenagedom, and he's going to be going groveling to everyone who had anything to do with him growing up and going like, I'm so sorry. How did they not kill me? How did they not kill me? I'm just, okay, that's my general mood right now is just, I'm also watching the show, and Max has come back in, and I conveniently forget that Max exists, because remembering that Max exists just hurts too much. And so I haven't really dealt with what happens. Just, I'm mad. I'm mad that she did that to me, okay? I'm mad that she did that to me. Anyways, so we finished this. It was amazing. It was wonderful. I absolutely just, I love this book so much. I really do. I really do. It's such a good book. On to books that make me less emotional. I got most of the way through The Bear and the Nightingale. I'm almost done at this point, and I will say I really liked it. I like the world building. I like the characters, but I'm also someone who doesn't mind stories where not much happens as long as the characters are there and the character exploration and the character growth. There's a lot of, like, internal plot happening. There's a lot of, like, characters getting to where they need to be for the external events to happen, but there's not a lot of, like, plot going on. Like I said, we were about, we were somewhere around here before the actual, like, stuff started to go down. So I understand why not everyone would like this. I am really enjoying it. I am also, because I know that because this starts out with her as a very, like, before she's born, and it follows her till the time that she's 15. She is kind of recruited by an immortal character from Russian folklore, and as far as from what I understand, there's a romance between them later, and I was kind of worried that it was going to be one of those where, like, he's helping her become the perfect person to be with him later on, and it's not, because, like, he's had nothing to do with her until about 15 when she tries, basically, to get herself killed. And so he comes in and, like, swoops in and rescues her. I was a little worried about it when I realized that we were going to be following her from the time she was a kid to whenever, but I am really liking it. I think it's going very well. I can't wait to see what happens in the next book, although I'm going to wait, because, like, I have Owls next in April, so. So that's what I read this most recent 24-hour readathon. I really thought, I enjoyed it. I got a lot done. I'm quite happy. 12 hours of reading is nothing to sneeze at, okay? Yes, thank you. If you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. Also, hit that subscribe button. All my social media links will be in the description box below. I guess I'll catch you guys in my next vlog, which will be a writing vlog, in theory, if I keep my crap together. Thank you so much for watching. Happy reading, and I will see you later when we will talk about more wordy, nerdy things. Bye!